Alright, so this lesson is going to be looking at parts that are from like the Blues for Allah album in mid to late 70s. As the years went on and Bob's sound changed a little bit and became more of a distorted sound, his rhythm playing became more sparse. And on this song, notes would ring out longer. I'm looking at kind of the one from the vault and the Blues for Allah versions. And so there's also a phaser effect on his guitar, and it sounds like this. It's light, it's not a very heavy phase sound, but it's definitely there, and it definitely adds to it. You can hear it on One from the Vault in some of those shows. Alright, so the first thing we have is this really cool F minor 9 voicing. So if you look at an F minor triad, so on the 4th string we have the 6th fret, 5th fret on the 3rd string, 6th fret on the 2nd string, so that would be the flat 3, the 5, and the 1 of F. So we have an F minor triad. So it's based off that shape, and we're going to come back to that shape for the verse. But if you take those first two notes, and we have the 6th fret of the 4th string, 5th fret of the 3rd string, then we're going to use our pinky to hold down the 8th frets of the 2nd and 1st string. So that gives us an F minor 9. So we have the flat 3, we have the 5th, we have the 9th, then we have the 5th again. So there's no root in this voicing. Alright, so he plays the same rhythmic pattern that Jerry plays. And then sometimes he'll, if you have a tremolo arm on your guitar, you can do just a quick little tap. Alright, so, and then sometimes he'll play this rhythmic figure. And again, you can put scratches in between if you'd like. So on this demo, I have two that are just the straight. And then the last two are. Alright, so after that rhythmic figure, we have this. So what we're going to do is we're going to approach, so we're playing an F octave, it's the 8th fret of the 5th string, and 10th fret of the 3rd string. So those are both Fs an octave apart, and that's an octave shape. And you want to have the 4th string barely touch so that your index finger, so that gets muted out, and you just sound the 5th and the 3rd strings. So we're going to slide into that from a whole step below, or the 6th fret and 8th fret respectively. So we're approaching it from the flat 7th of F, so an F minor 7 sound. And we have and you put those two together. Alright, so as I say all the time, Bob's parts always change. He's not playing the same thing verse after verse, show after show. But I'm going to give you two variations of the verse. And the first one, this is right off the Blues for Allah album. And it sounds like this. Alright, so what we have here is we're going back to this F minor triad shape, and you want to play it like this. So middle finger on the 6th fret of the 4th, index on the 5th of the 3rd, and then ring on the 6th of the 2nd. And then we're going to take our pinky and play the 8th frets of the 2nd and 1st string. So this is the same F minor 9 voicing we had for the intro, but we want to make sure that our ring finger is on the 6th fret of the 2nd string, and that's the root. So we're going to play that F minor 9 voicing, and then we're going to come to this F minor triad. And the rhythm pattern we're playing sounds like this. So we rest on 1 and we start on beat 2. So 1. Alright, and then we go to this C minor shape. So we're going to play the 10th fret of the 4th string with our ring finger, and then our index finger is going to bar the 8th frets of the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings. And then we're going to use our pinky to play the 10th fret of the 1st string. So the addition of that D note gives us a C minor 9. So we're going to play just a C minor, and then we're going to play a C minor 9. So we have... Alright, so put an accent on that. Really lay into that chord. So we have C minor, then C minor 9. Then we're going to play down, up, down on that C minor 9. Then take off the pinky and just play straight C minor. Then we're going to put our pinky on the 11th fret of the 2nd string to give us a C minor 7. And we play that same down, up, down. So we have... Alright, then we're going to move to this F minor shape in 8th position. This is the same shape that Jerry plays for the intro. So we bar our index finger across the 8th fret of the strings 5 through 1. Then we're going to play the 10th fret of the 4th, 10th fret of the 3rd, and 9th fret of the 2nd string. But all you really need is to get the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. So after we have we're going to play. So this first time, you know, we go to a B flat 9. So we're going to play, again, I like to hold this whole shape and you can hit more notes, but we really just need the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. And we're going to play, it's 10 on 10th frets of the 4th and 3rd string, 9th fret on the 2nd string. Then we lift up our pinky and we get an F minor 7. Then we're going to go to this shape right here. So we have the 10th fret with our pinky on the 4th string, then we have our index finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and our middle finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. So this is when the band's playing a B flat 9, and this is where Jerry plays. So he's playing the D, or the 3rd of the B flat 9 chord. And Bob is playing, he's got the 9th, the 3rd, and then we have the 13. So I can give it a B flat 13 sound. Again, I put the tonality of it all, which is a B flat 9. Alright, then we go back and we have play the same thing up to that point, but then we have a different ending. Instead of, we're just going to play. So we lift up the pinky, so we have our F minor 7, then back to F minor. And again, you just need those 3 strings, the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. Alright, so for the Poised for Flight section, Bob plays this. Alright, so if you saw my Jerry rhythm guitar video, you'll know that Jerry's playing this. So as I mentioned in that video, we have a B flat 9 tonality, but what's happening is we have different triads with a B flat bass underneath, and that's giving us different shades of a B flat 9. Bob's actually kind of playing the same thing Jerry plays. So if you haven't seen that video, you can check out a link in the description, or there's a card on the screen right now. But Jerry starts off with this F minor triad, then A flat, and then this right here. So if you take that first shape and you take that F from the second string and move it down to the fifth string, we have an F minor still. It's just this note that was on top is now moved down to the fifth string. So that's our F minor. And then if you take this A flat that Jerry plays and take this note right here and move it down to the fifth string, you get that. So we have, and then you take the D right here and you move it down to the fifth string and you get that. So we have, so we're playing the same notes, we're just moving that top line down to the bottom. Alright, so let me play that slowly. So we have the 8th fret of the 5th string, we have the 6th fret of the 4th string, and then the 5th fret of the 3rd string. And then we have the 6 frets of the 5th and 4th, and then the 5th fret on the 3rd. Then we have the 5th fret on the 5th, 6th fret on the 4th, 5th fret on the 3rd. And then we just play the 8th fret on the 6th string, which is a C. Then we go to this A flat major 7 shape, same one that Jerry plays. And we have, so we play that A flat major 7 shape twice. Then we can bar the 3rd fret to the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string, and then back to that shape. So if you look at that G minor 7 over B flat, you have a B flat 6 chord. Just gives a little movement to the chords. And sometimes on that last one, you know, Bob can come up here and play that C minor 9 or something. Sometimes he does that. It's just a cool way to break it up. Or you can just stay right there. Alright, then we have same as the second ending. Alright, so the second variation, we start with this octave rhythmic figure that we have from the intro. And that's over the F minor chord. So instead of, we're just going to play. Then we go here. So this is a voicing that Bob plays a lot. And it's just a C5 chord. It's not major or minor. We're just playing the root and the 5th. So we have the 10th fret of the 4th string, 12th fret on the 3rd string, and the 13th fret on the 2nd string. But then we're going to take this 13th fret and we're going to play the 11th fret on the 2nd string. So if you're still playing these two notes, we get this. So that same rhythmic figure, down, up, down. Then we play the 11th fret on the second string. And then we can slide this down. So we have the 8th fret on the 4th, 10th fret on the 3rd, 9th fret on the 2nd. Then we go back to our for the first time. And then all that repeats, but then the second time it's same as we did with our first variation. So it should sound something like this. And then this is all the same. Alright, so experiment with all those parts and then come up with some Bobby style parts on your own. Alright, I will see you next time.